Today we're going to check out the grocery store in Mexico. We started off the day early as the kids were in school, so we got some coffee at the mall before we went shopping. This grocery store is located in Centro Maya Mall in Playa del Carmen, and randomly you just have to pick up a shopping cart anywhere you find it. They don't have like an actual shopping cart area, except for one that's in the middle of the parking lot way outside. Soriana is the predominant grocery store chain in Mexico, and this one's really nice. They have different levels of this chain like Hyper and Mega and such. I think this one is the higher end one, but comparatively to the other ones we've been to, this one's really clean. They offer a lot of imported stuff and things that you can't get elsewhere. We picked up a cheap coffee maker because we've been using a French press, but it's not working for us. I like it to auto brew in the morning, and I like to have warm coffee when I go back for my second. I'm going to be doing some sushi bowls this week, so I picked up some sashimi tuna, which was on sale. Since moving to Mexico, we consume a crazy amount of fresh produce and fruit, especially the fruit. My kids consume so much fruit, it's insane to watch. But I'd much rather they consume that than junk food, to be honest. I don't really know the science behind as to why our habits have changed with the amount of fruits and veggies we consume, but it does happen a lot more here, and I've talked to other people and they say the same thing. I think people just eat more here because it's so hot. One thing to note when you do shop at a grocery store, all the older people that work at the front there who help bag your stuff and organize all your stuff in the cart. Generally, it'll always be a senior or a really young high school kid, and they're there voluntarily, so they don't get a salary from the grocery store. So you should always generally tip them. That's just common practice here, and you can tip anywhere from like 10 to 15 pesos per bag, or you can go to a maximum of like 40 or 50 pesos if you have a large haul. Since it wasn't busy and we were there early, this guy actually helped me unload my cart onto the conveyor belt, and then he properly organized everything nicely, didn't smush anything. Sometimes that does happen, like they'll put the bread at the bottom and then heavy fruit on top, for example. I told him I wanted the meat in the cooler bag we brought, so he's very attentive, and then he forgot the cheese, so he actually went back and opened up the cooler and put it back in. I was actually going to do it for him, but he didn't let me do it. So I tipped him 45 pesos in coins because that's what I had. Now we got a whole shopping cart of food along with a coffee maker, a bag of charcoal, and a scale, and we spent about 259 Canadian dollars, and the exchange rate is not that great this week. It's actually tanking quite a bit. In general, I would say food is generally cheaper, especially if you're not buying processed or imported goods, but you will consume more of it just because it's so hot. That's my only reasoning as to why I think our grocery bill is more every week. But otherwise, everything else in Mexico should level out. There are some things that are more expensive and some that are not, but I think in general, you will save money monthly. If you have any specific questions about Playa del Carmen or any videos or content you'd like me to make, let me know below. I'll see if I can do it for you. Thanks for watching.